Welcome back to another episode of the Rowboat Show. And we'll see where today takes us. But before we get going, we do have a quick shout out because we got an order today. Somebody is entered. For privacy's sake, I suppose I won't use first and last name. Mr. Martinez is entered. The only order today. So for those of you saying blah, 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 tons of people are entered, I've never have a chance to win. Well, only one person entered to win today. So, yeah. And, of course, as you know, if you watched the last episode or you're following us on social media, not only are we giving away a Mastercraft boat and $10,000 cash, we're also putting cash in every single order up to $500. So you make an order, you get entered, you also get cash. So I have 3 random envelopes because that's how we do it. We put random envelopes. Each random envelope has a bit of cash in it. Kylie's going to pick an envelope. We're going to open it up and we're going to see what Mr. Martinez got for
just one of them.
I bet
cash.
hold on before you open that. What are the numbers like? What's the range?
1 to 500.
Okay, Jacob, what's your guess?
I'll go $5. Sorry, Mr. Martinez.
No, well, it is. So it is a. Obviously, I can't put $500 in every single one. So the way it breaks down is essentially over the course of 500 orders, we use approximately. I got to look up exactly what it is because we follow a strategic plan and that's a random selection. But over the course of 500 orders, there's $2,000 involved.
Okay, I'm gonna guess.
And $500 is one of them. So that's kind of how it breaks down. So majority are lower numbers. Obviously, we have to kind of make money, but it's just kind of a fun thing. So
I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna go on the higher side. I'm gonna say $50. Kylie,
Yeah, I just opened that envelope.
you don't want to guess to see what you're gonna pick. Okay.
also he ordered, just for everybody that wants to know, 2 pairs of swim trunks, which are buy one, get one free right now.
Holy cow.
So buy one, get one free, chance to win a boat, and cash in the order. Open it up. That's the one you picked?
Yeah.
Open it up.
That's the one I picked.
How exciting!
What do we got?
No way.
It could be.
Oh,
$10.
No, $10.
$10.
All right.
Put it back in the envelope.
but it's ripped.
That's okay.
So, Josh, how much did those swim trunks cost, Mr. Martinez?
2 pairs for $50.
40.
40 now.
So yeah, 2 pairs for $40.
It's
Should I give him an extra 5? Can I give him an extra
Listen,
5?
I didn't make very much money on this.
Yeah, but can I give him?
Actually, I also bought a shirt.
can I give him an extra 5? Can I contribute a $5?
No. Well, I mean, you can if you want, but
Sorry, Martinez.
if
Owner
there's another,
said no.
if there's another 5 in here, yeah, you can put
Salvage power.
you can put 5 in it.
Oh,
I'm
let's
just
see what I got in my wallet here. Oh, there it is.
well, I can tell you one thing: your credit card doesn't work.
I know that.
Yeah, can you turn it
Look at that.
off?
Okay,
There,
Put
now,
in the-
now
put
I
in the
called him
envelope.
what?
Put it in the
35
envelope.
bucks?
no, 15 now.
Oh, no, you said $50. It cost him.
Yeah, so 35. There's 15 in there.
Gosh.
All right, good job, Mr. Martinez. Good luck in the giveaway.
Wait, do I get to do 2 more?
You want to put $2 more in it? No, that was literally the only order I got today. So I can't. Those will be in the next one, whatever they are.
Can we
Can we
open
open
them?
them?
Can we see what they are?
No. No, because I don't like opening them because
Oh, could you imagine?
that's biased. Then
He's
I don't want it to be
watching
biased.
this podcast and we open it's $500. Ooh,
I'd switch it.
that's what.
I think we'd be able to feel it if it was $500 in the envelope. Just saying.
Yeah, there's
but
not a $500 bill, is there?
Oh, Jacob.
okay, into the topics today. We got stories. We'll see how they go. What are we kicking it off with?
Let me see. I tried to pick the heaviest one.
Good looking at it.
I can't see it.
Okay, on to the topics. Put them down.
Oh, you really can't. It's so cool.
No, that's what they make envelopes for, so you can't see into them. It's a whole thing they do on purpose.
Well, good for the U.S. Mail Service.
Oh, man.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
What story first?
I want to know. I want to know how the heck you guys tipped trees.
It's called tree tipping.
Yeah,
Ask that.
You
man.
never heard of it? It's called tree tipping.
He's not very good at it.
No.
It's called tree tipping. Greatest sport ever invented. Okay, here's how it works. For those of you that don't know how tree tipping is, disclaimer, don't try it unless you're a professional or think you're a professional. I thought I was a professional. Went to some camp and some kids did this thing, but apparently there was this deal. You had to pick the right kind of tree because some trees bend and some trees snap.
White pines snap.
So I saw these. I saw these. I saw these kids doing it, and I'm like, "Oh, I can do that." And then, while we were at the camp, they were telling me which trees to do it, and I was doing it. So the premise is, you climb up, you find a thin tree, you climb up, you just kind of scale up of it, and then you get high enough to where the tree kind of starts bending, and then you just like you're hugging it with your arms and your legs, and you just let go of your legs, and then the tree comes all the way over, and you come down and land on your feet, and then you release the tree, and the tree shoots back up. But there's certain trees that bend, and there's certain trees that snap. So I was all excited as a kid to come back and show my brother and my cousin what I learned at camp.
These two right here.
And I picked a white pine, and how much was I hyping it up?
You're right. It was the best thing ever.
It was the coolest thing ever. So I get about, what do you think it was? 10, 12 feet in the air?
No. So, no, because we did it a little differently because we had built that fort.
Oh yeah, I jumped off the
And you
fort.
jumped up. I should tell the story because I witnessed it, and he was probably concussed, so he probably doesn't remember it very accurately. So we Jacob and I built a fort that was probably like you said, probably about 20 foot high.
No, not that.
It wasn't 20 feet
It wasn't.
high.
I bet you it was 15.
10 to 15 at max.
15.
Yep.
So okay. So 15 feet high, and we're all standing on this little platform, and Josh is like, "Oh, I learned this thing tree tipping at camp." He said, "You got to watch this. Just do exactly what I do." And there's a white pine that's about even, so it's right at the top of it. You know, real skinny, probably about that big around. And he kind of gets a little running start.
Full sent it.
And he jumps and he hugs it with his legs, and it bends maybe about a quarter inch and snaps. And he goes flying, and somehow
With the top of the tree.
with the top of the tree, still hugging it.
Yep.
No. Hang on. I can't talk. Full disclaimer. I'm a little sick, so I'm sorry about my voice. But you missed the most important detail. What was the most important detail?
What he said. I don't remember what he
It's an
said.
animated TV show.
I don't remember what he said. I don't
I
remember
know
what
you.
I
I
said.
know. I know what you said, but
He jumps off the platform, and he yells, "Tarzan!"
Why?
That's right. That's right. You did yell Tarzan. And so, needless to say, it bends about a quarter inch and then snaps off. And somehow he had managed to turn his body, and he landed on his back.
It was an athletic move.
So he jumped forward, grabbed the tree snaps, somehow turned around, flat on the back.
Oh, it hurt.
And Jacob and I are looking down on him. And before he could say anything, because he's down there just moaning and groaning or whatever, Jacob and I kind of look at each other and we're like, that doesn't look like very much fun.
After I was hyping it up like crazy, like it's the coolest thing.
I remember looking at you and I'm like, I don't really know if I want to do that.
Yeah, but 5 minutes later, we were all in.
Trying it.
So then Josh, 15 feet below, goes, "Oh, that's not how it's supposed to work," and proceeds to climb back up on the thing. But then Josh, being the older guy, he's like, "Well, this tree's better. Jacob, try this tree." And then it worked. And Jacob wrote it down, and then I tried it. And I wrote it down, and we were doing it for a while. Okay, so the day ended. The next day starts, and Jacob and I are just pumped. We're like, we gotta do this tree tipping thing again. And so we climb back up on the platform. Josh, you're not on this. You were gone.
I was gonna say I don't remember this.
And
You tried it with the same tree. You yelled Tarzan too, huh?
no, Jacob goes, this tree. Okay, at this point in time, Josh, this tree was straight. It's about now this because we have jumped. It's pulling out from the roots.
We've jumped off and pulled on it.
So Jacob jumps on this one again, and it just was one too many, and it also snapped, and he dislocated his shoulder.
I was in a
jeez.
sling for the next 6 weeks.
But
So that was my fault that you were in a sling from my idea.
Evan, didn't you pop it back in?
Yeah, you popped it
Yeah,
back
I did
in.
pop it because I had dislocated my shoulder, and a nurse popped it back in. So, obviously I knew how to do it. So, being 12 years old, I'm like, oh, Jacob, it's fine. And I think I just ended up punching it, and it went back
No,
in.
you actually had pretty good form. You grabbed me here, and it was right here. It was a boom.
No clue what he was grabbing though.
No, but
Yeah, but it
worked.
So
I didn't know that.
I
No.
also landed on a 2x4.
yeah, with nails.
Well, I was real close to like a stump or a rock when I fell the one time. I remember like looking up to my left.
He just missed the nails.
Good Lord was looking out for us.
But I think it was that following winter, we decided to play King of the Roof.
That little King of the Roof. Yeah.
King of the Roof.
King of the Roof. Yeah, so if
Not
you've got-
Hill. King of the Roof.
No, not Hill, not Raft. King of the Roof. So if you're familiar with like King of the Raft, right? You essentially just push the other people off, and the last one on the raft wins. So Jacob and I decided to play King of the Roof in the middle of winter. We were at his parents' house, and it was just us two. So
Two people playing
Hey.
King of the
Wait,
Roof.
how old are you?
oh, we're 12 and a half now.
Yeah, same year.
Same year. Just
We had great parents.
Same
though,
year.
by the way.
Yeah.
Great parents.
So we got a lot of snow that year, and so the roof was full of snow, and we proceeded with our King of the Roof, and we were pushing and shoving and pushing and shoving and pushing and shoving, and unfortunately, fortunately and unfortunately for you, I was a little bit bigger than he was at that age.
Still.
I did not succeed in King of the Roof.
He didn't succeed, and
Ever.
I had a successful push off, and
Right after his shoulder healed from the tree.
just wait, because you know how snow falls off the roof, right? Creates kind of a big mound. Could get
Yeah.
pretty deep. I looked over the edge of the roof, and all I see were 2 feet sticking straight up in the air.
Literally out of a movie scene.
Oh, gosh, I wish we had video cameras, because it was just face first, feet up in the air, and he literally couldn't get out. He's just stuck straight
It
up
was
in the
actually pretty
It was
scary.
a pretty
And-
safe
yeah,
time
he-
to play
he
King
was.
of the Roof then.
Well, yes, but it's King of the Roof, dude. What if that was hard snow, like packed hard
Oh,
ice?
you picked the right snow.
Yep, I guess so.
We were just smart. Okay.
I think it
We
was
were
a
smart
snow day
about
from
it.
school that day. So, but yeah, I mean, I looked over and his feet were going everywhere, and it was a muffled noise through the snow. I can't get out, and so I jumped off the roof to help him. It was a decent fall.
So Jacob sucks at King of the Roof.
I was
Sucks
not.
at
I was
everything,
not.
apparently.
Well,
No,
He
Evan.
just-
Coming
Evan
from my
sucked,
wife.
Evan sucked at
This
King of
is
the
awkward.
King of the Raft.
King
He
of the
was-
Raft was not very.
Evan
very
was
good
bad
for
at
me.
King of the Raft.
What I'm saying.
He had stitches and then he had broken nose from King of the Raft, both implemented by yours truly.
I knocked a couple of his teeth out, so it's fine.
Oh, remember the hook story? The fish hook story? You were there for that one. When we did.
No, I remember you had a loose tooth, and you couldn't. It wouldn't wiggle out, and so I punched you in the
What
mouth.
is wiggle out?
I don't remember
You
that.
don't remember that?
No.
We were down in the basement.
That was payback, I'm sure.
And you were sitting there like this, and I said, "Josh, I'll get it out." Bam!
You whacked me.
And then you were really, really mad, but you were holding your tooth in your hand, and then you started being happy because now you knew you got $1
Yeah.
from the tooth fairy. So it was kind of a lose-win situation. But
Speaking of fish, The only fish story I remember was
Yeah,
Squishy.
we don't need to talk about
Oh,
Squishy.
we don't need. Shout out to Jonathan Gilden if you remember that one.
What? I want to hear it now.
Squishy went for a ride.
Down the toilet.
No,
No, don't talk about Squishy.
Can't
Okay, I got a
watch.
fish story though.
DNR would not approve.
Remember when? I think you were there for that, or maybe it was Brian.
Snagging the lady who just got married
Oh,
And
that's
the
a
leg?
good one too.
What?
in
No,
Colorado.
I was talking about the one I got in my finger.
Oh, I was too little.
That one was good.
No,
Our
I think
we
the
gotta have
married
Brian
lady-
on to
Yeah, we
tell
gotta-
that one though.
That'll be a guest story.
Newly married, young,
Like on their honeymoon.
on their honeymoon, beautiful lady. Brian's fly fishing.
Perfect legs.
I mean, she had to be a model with her legs. Hooks her right in the mid thigh.
Why isn't it coming?
Even because he was fly fishing, so he was making the fly, and he went back.
Making the fly.
He went back, got her, and he set it to go this way, and just, and then he
Oh,
pulled
man.
again. I guess it wasn't good.
What was
And we're 4 miles up in the mountains.
We were now 12 3/4. Yeah, yep. Right in
so
her
this
thigh.
wasn't on Brian's honeymoon.
No.
No.
Brian would have been
This was a Colorado trip.
oh, well, with that math he would have been too old. How young were we hiking?
Mom took us on some hikes that
Yeah.
were sketchy.
But needless to say that poor lady's got a scar for the rest of her life on her leg. Dude, 12 just was not good for us at any age because I bet you he
Well, I
was
would have
right-
been 15.
No, I bet you he was 12.
Oh, yeah.
At the
12-year-old kids are guaranteed to get in trouble. It's just what it is. You're uncoordinated enough, but brave enough to try. You gotta learn. You gotta learn. You
Jacob-
gotta learn
Jacob-
that trees break and bend sometimes, but it's not up for you to determine whether they bend or they break.
Well, oaks bend. Okay, everybody knows that oaks bend. White pines do not bend.
Yeah.
How old was I when I tried jumping the 80 dirt bike after you guys were jumping
Oh
the
my
100s?
gosh, that was funny.
Do you remember, that, Josh?
I don't know if I
Yes,
did.
you do. It was by the scary trail.
Yep.
We built that jump,
Oh, yeah?
and you and I were.
Probably getting a
Oh,
foot of
you
air.
sent
You
it.
you guys were on the 100
we were probably getting a foot of air, and Jacob just ran her wide open.
Yes. You don't remember?
Wide open.
Josh, he was perpendicular to the ground. He just came down flat. I
No.
know you remember that.
We didn't wreck the bike.
In the pine trees, no. But Grandpa drove by. That was the end of that.
Oh, same thing on the scary trail. You remember?
the sandbox? We got the dirt bike stuff.
No.
Oh, you weren't
No.
talking about that?
We used to take the 3-wheelers. We had our 3-wheelers, and they had a hitch on the back. We'd hook up a rope to the back of the 3-wheelers. We had this little mini cart with a wheel.
Oh, I remember this.
Not the black locust.
Oh, the black locust. We would cruise through our property. And again, we're probably 12.
See, you
maybe we're
did
13.
get me back,
I got you back.
but then I got you back again.
So we're cruising. So we got the 3-wheeler, we got the rope, and we got this mini cart that you ride on. Now we wore helmets, I think.
Maybe.
It was pretty much like a ski sled on wheels,
Pretty much.
like a little slope sled that you sit in on wheels. That's about all it was. Connected to a rope, connected to a 3-wheeler at 13 years old.
And we were cruising through our property. So I whip, Evan's on the back, I'm driving the 3-wheeler. I whip around, we call it our scary trail. And it's got some turns in it. I whip around this turn. I look back, and he is not on the trail anymore. He is about 10 feet off to the side, and there's a massive pile of dirt.
No, it was thorns.
I went over the pile of dirt.
Yeah, he whips me through
Oh, yeah.
Through the briar patch.
the briar patch. Oh, I was so tore up, and I was so mad. I don't know if I was mad, but I was like, I'm gonna get him back. And so we switched after that because I was gushing blood everywhere. So Jacob got on the thing, and I took him down the same trail, that same jump
Yep.
that we used as a dirt bike. Man, I whipped him into that sucker, and there was no turning back. I mean, he was.
That's what I remember. I remember you looking back from the three-wheeler, our eyes locked. You started laughing, and I just sent it over the hill.
Oh, he was
'Cause there
playing
was no
pinballs
bailing.
with the trees.
Oh, man. I don't know how we didn't die. Jeez.
If only we had cameras. I mean, just the stuff that we used to do.
Yeah, we'd be billionaires with inflation.
I'd have more subscribers on YouTube. I guarantee it.
Well, those were some good stories.
Not bad. Old childhood stories.
Plenty more where that came from.
I'm sure a lot of you listening have similar stories.
What?
Oh, yeah. Starting the pipsqueak on the screen.
Oh,
We might be out of camera
my
time.
God.
We're probably out of time. We got a lot more of those
we gotta
stories.
talk about that story. That's another Jacob classic. That dude is the only guy I know who will pet a chicken and start a pipsqueak at the same time. All right.
What?
Yes.
Okay, so hang on. We have to. Everybody knows what a chicken is, but not everybody knows what a pipsqueak is.
Okay. A pipsqueak is a.
A chicken and start a pipsqueak. This sounds bad, dude.
It sounds. Yeah. It sounds.
Better explain that.
Yeah. Sounds like some sort of drug, to be honest with you.
Pipsqueak. What was your first? What was your first drug? I
Dude,
once.
I was.
I
hitting
once
that
was on the
frickin-
chicken and pipsqueak. You know.
Anyway, we were staying overnight at my grandma's house, and she's got bunk beds in the basement,
Oh, I remember this.
and I'm sound asleep. I was in the. Was I in the bottom bunk?
You were in the bottom.
That's
I
right.
always was on the
I
top
was in the
'cause-
bottom bunk. Jacob was up top, and I wake up to Jacob just saying, "Evan, you gotta help me. Evan, you gotta help me." And so I open my eyes, and I'm gonna stand up for it. Well, I'm not gonna stand up for it, but I'm gonna lean forward for it. And I all I see is Jacob. For reference, pipsqueaks are pull start. And all I see is Jacob just
Middle of the night.
Crank it at it.
He's sleeping, right?
he's sound asleep, but I didn't know this. And he's just Evan, you gotta help me. I can't get it started. It's the middle of the night. I gotta get the pipsqueak started. I gotta pet my chickens. And this is I don't know what time it is, but I'm just like, Jacob, go to bed.
Go to bed, you dummy.
And I rolled over. Just went back to sleep, and I woke up in the morning and I said, Jeb, what were you doing last night?
Dude, I still remember that dream vividly.
Yeah.
I was
he
stuck.
remembered it. And
If you can picture this trail on our property, it is freaky at night.
it's a scary trail.
And I had our pipsqueak. I don't think Josh explained it. Yep, good. Nice. It's our little 80cc three-wheelers, and that's what we drove around when we were 10, 11, 12, whatever. And I was stuck on the trail. I literally remember the dream vividly. It was scary.
I will never forget that.
Yeah, you were having a nightmare, and Evan's like, "Go back to bed."
Dude, you had to been sweating, man. I couldn't
You have-
imagine being stuck in the freaking scary trail. Dude, you poor thing, man. I was sleeping good.
he was
He was in a
stranded.
full out panic.
He was on a different planet on the scary trail.
And his cousin was just like, "Yeah, screw you, man."
No,
It's like being
I
stranded
remember
on the road and just nobody's stopping to help you.
The worst part about it was I remember this. I was asking for your help. You couldn't hear me. You were in my dream, but you could not hear me. You got on yours. You
I
started yours.
rolled over and went back to bed.
You started yours perfectly, and you drove off. I could see the headlights. It was the worst feeling in the world.
Oh, dude, that's terrible. You poor thing.
Pipsqueak wouldn't start on the scary trail.
Josh, you missed out on all those. I don't know what you were doing, but
You guys got a lot of good.
I was teaching 2 of the cousins how to drive 3-wheelers and pipsqueaks. They didn't know how to drive them. They forgot how to shift.
Yeah, how did that end up?
Watch the guy go right into the toolies.
is that John?
Yeah.
Hmm.
I to be fair, I don't think I told him how to shift. I said, get on it. Here's the throttle. Here's your gears. And just go. So he gets into first gear and he just pins the throttle. But then he freaked out and forgot to steer. So just drove it straight into toolies.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. Not great.
Kylie, what about you? Because you got any stories out there from the...
We're gonna be out of
camera
time.
All right.
Wow.
Tune in next week for more stories if you want to hear more stories.
Dang, Pipsqueak, man.
For the comeback, Steve Nash, I'm about to bring the sun back. Forecast looking bright for the comeback. Can't ignore it, promise you can never sun that. I pray for it, get ready for the comeback. Yeah, yeah. I think it's time for the comeback.